Hey guys, it's me, Katie, and I haven't posted on YouTube in a while, but I'm back. And today I'm talking about my most anticipated book releases that are coming in 2023, and a lot of them I'm super excited about. And also, you'll probably notice the cat and the dog running around in the background, but yeah, so without further ado, let's get started and start talking about some of these books. So the first book comes out January 12th, and it's Be With Me by Jessica Consolo, and it's the spinoff to the Stay With Me series, which came out on Wattpad originally and she published. And it's about Aiden's brothers, and her brothers are Jackson and Jason, and it's like their story in King City, and like they're getting their own romance too with two sisters that are like moving into the town. And I'm really excited about this because Stay With Me is one of my favorite Wattpad books of all time, so I'm excited to see like the other characters get their own story in this book. So the next book I have to talk about is another Wattpad book that is finally getting published, and it is The Last City by H.J. Nelson, and it's the sequel to The Last She, and this one comes out February 14th, and I'm super excited for this because I love this kind of like post-apocalyptic world, and it's about this girl who's supposedly the last female on Earth, so I'm excited to see this story continue. And I have been waiting a long time for this. So this is my last like Wattpad release that I have, and it is Through You by Ariana Godoy. This comes out January 17th, and this is the story of Claudia, who, if you remember from Through My Window, was the Hidalgo's housekeeper. And this is the story of her relationship with Artemis Hidalgo, who is Aries' older brother. And I'm super excited for this because throughout Through My Window, especially the movie on Netflix, they like tease out the relationship, so I'm excited to see like their story unfold. And then there is Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey, and this comes out February 7th, and it's about a girl who like sends a secret admirer kind of note to a guy. They apparently like almost kissed like when they were younger, and now that they're older, they're back in their like hometown, and like it's kind of like a second chance to find that romance between each other. And I am a huge Tessa Bailey fan. Yes, her stuff can be kind of cringe, but I absolutely love the cringe in her books. It's so good. And I'm super excited to see this one. And it's kind of like, I think it's going to be like a little duology kind of like thing. There's going to be a companion book that comes out as well. And I am super excited for both of those. So there's also going to be Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. And that comes out June 13th. And I wish it could come here sooner, because if there's anything I can tell about myself, it is that Ali Hazelwood is by far my favorite romance author in the whole world. Like, I could talk about her for hours, especially with The Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain. I am absolutely obsessed with her writing. And Love Theoretically is enemies to lovers and fake dating, which, oh my gosh, I love. It's basically, if you took The Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain and combine those like two tropes, and I'm so excited for this because enemies to lovers and fake dating are probably two of my favorite romance tropes, and I'm super excited. And plus, once again, we're back in the whole like sciencey kind of world, and I love how she blends science and romance together because you can tell she's passionate about both of these, and I'm just super excited for this book to come out. So then on May 2nd, we are getting Carly Fortune's sophomore novel, Meet Me at the Lake. And if you don't know who Carly Fortune is, she wrote Every Summer After, which was like a super viral book talk book. And this is another second chance romance, which if you read her first one, it was also a second chance romance. And it's about this couple who, back in their early 20s, they spent 24 hours together, and then they just never saw each other again. And now it's 9 years later, and they meet back up, and they get a second chance to maybe have a relationship and get what they didn't get all those years ago. And I'm super excited for this because she's another author who I look forward to, because her first novel was just so good and it kept me hooked. And I'm kind of curious to see if she'll do the same thing she did with Every Summer After, where it like has the present time and then it goes back in time every other chapter. So I'm really curious to see how she does this one. So then on April 25th, we are getting another Emily Henry book, and she is definitely one of my instant buy authors. Like, if she comes out with a book, I am buying it. I am pre-ordering it. I will get that book. And this one is called Happy Place, and it's about this couple who broke up and they haven't told their friends yet, so they have to pretend that they're still together at their like annual friend trip. And I can just see that there's going to be like a lot of tension. I think they're still going to have their feelings for each other, and they could possibly like, you know, end up rekindling that romance and kind of fixing what was broken. And I'm just really excited for this because I just know there's going to be tension. And Emily Henry, oh my gosh, she writes such good, like, this tension, like romantic tension. And I'm so excited for it because Book Lovers was like my favorite book of one of my favorite books of 2022. So I would not be surprised. This is my favorite book of 2023. I'm already saying it. I know it's so premature, but I'm saying it now. That's probably gonna be my favorite, is Happy Place. And I'm just super ready for this book to come out. So last but not least is Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. And this is coming out February 21st. And this is the sequel to Things We Never Got Over. And it's about Knox's brother Nash. And he's like reeling from the events of the first book. And he's like really struggling, having these like nightmares and panic attacks. And you know, he's just not having a great time. And then like they're bringing in Lena, who was Knox's like ex and his like current friend. And that's going to apparently be Nash's love interest. So I'm excited to see how that kind of plays out. Because obviously like Nash is the very like goody-goody brother. And then Lena kind of gives me this like bad girl kind of vibe. So I'm excited to see how they like interact with each other and how that romance unfolds. So those are the releases that I'm super excited for next year. And obviously 2022 was a big year for books. And I think it's going to be even better next year. I think everyone's really stepping up their game, you know, with Book Talk, BookTube, everything's just super big and out there. And I'm really excited to see what these authors come out with this year. So yeah, those are my most anticipated book releases for 2023.